and welcoming. It just really blew me away.
What makes us so different than other schools is that we're just not your typical school that's just going to teach you how to trade. We're going to go out there and be part of a family, be part of a team. We're looking for traders that we could trade together.
My name is Josh Levitin. I'm from Bethpage, New York, and I'm the senior instructor here at Cyber Trading University. What makes our on-site class so great, aside from the networking aspect of it all, just having our students meet each other for the first time, is the fact that myself and Fausto are very hands-on with our students in the sense of just being able to literally overlook their shoulder and watch their trade, what they're focused on from their platform.
Some news came out and the thing just popped.
While I can comment on what they should focus on online, they might not be able to understand that as well compared to having us right there in front of them.
I kind of like the idea of not being in front of a computer 8 hours a day, because I can't do that. So I kind of like the idea of doing it in the morning and then going to do all the other stuff I need to do.
Everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner. Yeah, it's like it's not worth it.
When I spoke to Fausto on the phone and he interviewed me, the thing he said the hardest thing for me to do would be to unlearn the things that I previously learned. And it turns out that's 100% true. And the stuff that I'm learning from him and from Josh and everybody has really made all the difference in the world in understanding what a day trader is and how it actually works.
Fausto and the staff at CTU University, they're really on top of everything. They give you good trade choices, and they keep you alert onto whatever's happening in the market at the time for the day.
Right, so we made a profit. What did I just say earlier? Just take the money and run, because guess what? If you didn't take it, how would you be doing right now? Now you're losing money. You're just trying to make that day's pay. That's all you're looking to do. You got it, you made it. Listen, for every stock, if that kept on going, for everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner.
I don't think you're going to find a better support team in the stock trading business anywhere. That's why I'm here at the platinum level.
You know, a lot of people want to go out there and trade and don't know if it's for them or not. And guess what? That's okay, because it's not. And the thing you have to look at is you have to find a mentor, you have to find a school, you have to sample a couple of things with a couple of schools out there, do a couple of classes, and you make the choice. But don't make the biggest mistake that people make. Go out there and be part of 90%, maybe even higher, of the failure rate in today's industry, because people want to try it before they learn. I mean, would you ever want someone to work on your loved ones that never went to med school? Or how about just giving your finance money to some financial planner that never learned finance? We are no different, but you are on the right path. The right path is you should be doing it on your own. And by doing it on your own, you need a mentor to show you how to do it. And that's what you're going to get here at Cyber Trading University. There we go. Good to see you all. Welcome, everybody. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you logged in from. My name is Fausto. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed that quick little video. Can I just get a chat back if you guys could hear me loud and clear, please? Just want to double check and see if everybody can hear me. Norman, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Sounds good, Lenny. Thank you very much. All right, good. Good afternoon to you, Bob. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. Hopefully, no one freaked out a little bit. The Dow Jones being down 569 points. I mean, listen, where there's catastrophes, there are opportunities. So hopefully nobody is taking that in a bad thing, but you could always short. We'll talk a little about that. We'll talk about all that good stuff. But I'm glad that you guys came today, because I really want to kind of teach all of you a little bit about the art of trading, what trading's about, why some of you are here trying it, and why people fail and why people succeed. And hopefully you're not going to be those people. You see, I hate seeing people lose money. It really stinks. I mean, it's not, you don't have to, all right? You just got to know how to play the game. And I'm here to educate you, all of you, how it works. And then hopefully at the end of this presentation, every single one of you are going to make a commitment and says, you know what? I want to come and see this live, Fausto. I can't believe that what you taught me in 10 minutes, I've learned more in that 10 minutes than someone has to teach me in a month or even a whole program. And believe me, you'll see what I mean. Okay. And there's some of you going to be like, you know what? Now I know the real truth about it. It's not for me. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But what you don't want to do is go out there and make an investment into trading and get yourself in trouble. So with today's topic, we're going to talk about is risk management and how to set your stop losses, which is a great topic. Yes, Preem, yes, we can, you can hear quite clear. Okay, perfect. But before we started, I gotta make sure I be very compliant. Warning, everybody. Trading, there is a very high risk in it. Okay, and today's presentation, please keep in mind, this is just for educational purposes. We're not here to make no guarantees, no warranties, and none of that stuff. Okay, so just want to be very careful that everybody knows that you could lose a lot of money into trading. And even with the practices that we do, it's just the name of the game. And listen, I guess it's like the same warning they put on a car, right? You can kill yourself driving a car. It could happen. So we don't want to take any responsibilities. All right. So we got that out of the way. Let me just tell you a little bit about myself. Okay. Before I get into training, I want you to feel comfortable with me. I want you to know who I am because I was you 25 years ago. All right. I love trading. I think this is the best job in the world. I think everybody should be trading, and you probably are. I mean, there's no job out there that's going to give you the freedom, the salary, okay, than trading. And what happens that the issue, people don't realize that it's so easy to get into this market that people don't realize that you got to learn before you could earn. You know, it's like driving a car. You know, I love cars. But the thing is, you would never give the keys to a teenager that never took a road test or ever took his permit. You're basically giving the keys to his new coffin. That's basically what you're doing. You know, listen, I got 3 boys. And let me tell you, my second one, I just taught him how to drive. I don't know if you ever drove in a car, if you remember, or maybe you're doing it now. It is the scariest, experience. When I first give them the keys, they got the foot on the brake, the gas, the brake. You're driving in a parking lot. Listen, we know we jump in a car all day long, but you gotta know what you're doing, and trading is the same way. So you can always follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. We're always posting some really cool videos, great content. So please make sure you subscribe to us and always like us. Now, just tell you a little bit about my parents. I'm first generation Italian. My parents came here from Italy. And, the reason why I bring them up is because they came to this country to find a better life. And they came specifically to New York because, this was basically where, a lot of immigrants came from off the boat. And the reason why I'm bringing them up, because my dad and mom worked really, really hard, and they wanted us to have a better life than what they had in Italy. This was obviously during the Depressions. And the thing for them is they always say, listen, try to find a job that's going to make you a lot of money, and the most important thing is surround yourself with people that are very good at it and stay away from the people that are very bad at it. And, because when they worked 6 days a week, the only days we were able to spend, together is on Sundays, and we went to church on Sundays, and we remember those days, the markets, everything was closed. Even like you couldn't even find a Target that wouldn't existed back then, but you know what I'm talking about. Stay of family was Sunday, but 6 days a week, they worked their butts off, came with $20 a pocket and gave me a better life. But the thing is, I learned so much that, to do what we do and what we love what we do, I found that the way you could really have the freedom is trade the market. I'm seeing kids 18 years old driving Ferraris, apartments in the city. I'm like, what are they doing? Now, listen, I just turned 50 years old. Okay. So I know that those days have gone and passed, but it was those people specifically. I'm saying, where to get all their money from? Are they just rich? No, they were working and they were trading the market. So what I've learned is that before I became very good at it, I was really bad at it. And you know why I was bad? Because I was that ignorant 22-year-old kid back then that says, you know what? let me go try it myself. Well, I don't want to work for somebody. It was easy to open up a brokerage account. I made some money, and I said, let me go trade it and see what happens. And unfortunately, wasn't like some other people that got lucky. Like, today you hear these kids making a fortune on cryptocurrencies. They just got lucky. Be honest, I don't care what you say. They got lucky. Okay. And I've seen people that got lucky, and I've seen people blow it all. All right. And you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, to get to the point is that after blowing up 2 accounts, I raised the white flag. I says, you know what? I got to go work for somebody. It's the only way. But I didn't want to do it back then because I didn't want to commute back and forth to Manhattan. And, I didn't want to split the profits. And not only that, but what you had to pay for technology back then, it was ridiculous. I had to spend $1,000 a month. Now, granted, I'm 22 years old. Where am I getting $1,000 a month? $1,000 a month to get the same technology today that's going to cost you $15. No wonder why nobody wanted to get into the business back then. But you know what? I was smarter than that. I saw the people make the money, and it was part of doing business, like paying rent, and it worked out well. And I'm going to show you exactly what that is, because most of you here that are trading are looking at trading backwards. You really are. You're literally trading just backwards. Okay. See, most of you are focusing on the past, charts, indicators, news. Do you ever thought about focusing on the future? Oh yeah, that could happen. Now I'm going to show it to you. I guarantee I'm going to show it to you, and you're gonna fall off your chair. And then not only are you going to be so impressed that hopefully I'm going to have you drooling out of your mouth that when you come into my trading room after this, you're going to see exactly what I mean. Now, how I started Cyber Trading University is this. Why am I here? Okay. Because I always hear people always ask me, Fausto, you're such a great trader. I seen you on, all the financial stations. I see you on doing all these presentations at the expos. Why do you teach? You know why I teach? I can't answer for other people. But the reason why I teach is because I'm looking to recruit traders I could trade with. You see, my traders become so good at it, eventually they outgrow CTU. So I'm always looking to recruit traders. Okay. So, I don't know what everyone else's situation is, but I know what my situation is. Okay. So if you think that you have it in you after showing it to you, hopefully when you come to my trading room, you'll see what it's all about. But that's the reason why when I started trading by the age of 24, I was already semi-retired. Okay. I was already a millionaire in 2 years. Okay. With a few $1,000s in my pocket. That's how good I was. And the big thing that made me different is because I didn't want to split the profits back then. So the only way that I could make more money is I had to start a trading firm. And I didn't want to get into the trading business, but I said, well, how could I get around not opening a brokerage firm, but still teach and find people I could trade with? And that's how Cyber Trading University is born. So believe it or not, Cyber Trading University is one of the oldest schools in the industry. When I started, there was probably about 3 of us. Now there's thousands of them. So I'm one of the original SOS bandits. You read any of the books. Hopefully you've read my book, How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. But that's the reason why I started Cyber Trading University. And that's why I'm here. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I've changed people's lives. Now, this is the actual trading room that I'm going to invite every one of you in. You're going to see traders. You're going to see instructors. You're going to see Fausto. You're going to see us trading the pre-market. You're going to see us trading the aftermarket. You're going to trade us during the market. Okay. But everybody's going to get access to the original trading room, the first one that ever started, the original. So this is what we're going to learn. We're going to talk about how to follow the big money. We're going to talk about why 90% of traders fail, developing a game plan, and how to read charts correctly, because 80-90% of you are reading them backwards. And you'll see what I mean by that. So let's begin. Let's talk about this stock CEI this month. Did anyone see this stock CEI? Just give me a quick yes or no. I'm here. I'm talking, and I haven't asked any question. Did anybody see this stock? Leon, you didn't see it. Ken, you didn't see it. Doyle. Oh, Mike, you did. Okay, good. Dave, you saw it all day, right? Beautiful stock. Okay, so this stock right here, if you go back to my Twitter, if you go back to my YouTube channel, okay, you can watch the videos. We were trading the stock for over a month now, okay? This stock literally ran from 50 cents and it went all the way to 350. Less than, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. In the past week, it ran from $1.50 all the way to 350. Now, listen, do the math. What is that? 200%, 300%? You could have traded several thousand shares of the stock. Now, why was it going up? Well, I know why it was going up. I'm going to teach you. It's called, it was a short squeeze, okay? But the thing is, don't look at the price. Don't look at the name. Because you know why? You're here for one reason and one reason only. And I'm going to answer that in the next slide. But let's go look at another stock. Did you see CARP? Did anybody see this stock, CARP? Hold on, I got a little pointer right here so you guys can follow, so everybody can follow along. There we go. CARP, right? Nope. Gary didn't see it? Okay, great. Stock was up 17% in pre-market, okay? It went from 520 all the way to 640. So now here you're thinking, oh, maybe the stock is going higher, right? Great. What happened? Market opens up 9:30. It goes from 550 down to $5, like that. 1,000 shares, you're down $800. Oh, maybe you think it'll come back? Great. It went down to 440. Kept going lower. It was up in pre-market. What the hell happened during the market, though? Why did it go down? Listen, let your winners run, and you got to know how to cut your losers short. And that's where people make their big mistake. They don't know who's pushing it up, and they don't know who's pushing it down, other than they're sitting there getting their emotions involved. They're going on these, Reddit stocks and, the Wall Street bets, whatever you want to look at it. They look at news. At the end of the day, there's only one way to know how these stocks go up and go down. It's the buyers and sellers. Now, let's think about this for a second. Most people who begin trading full-time fail for this reason. They're too focused on making money because they're desperate, okay? And they lost their job or COVID, whatever, or they're just not focused on themselves. They don't know how to prevent from losing money. They don't know how to take losses. That's one of the big reasons why people fail. Now, my job and what I teach my traders, I'm not here to teach you how to make money like other people do or what you want to know. We teach you how to stop losing it. Once you stop learning how to lose money, that's how you start making money. So before we discuss risk management and how to answer some of these questions, the main reason why you trade is to make money. That's it. My mentor always taught me one of my great mentors, Frank Ferrara, always taught me, he says, Fausto, when you think you know something about the market, you're going to blow up your account. I'm like, how's that mean? Why would I blow up my account? He says, because it doesn't matter what you think. It's what the street thinks. Why you think you know more than the guy who wants to buy 100,000 shares of stock when you only want to buy 1,000 or 500 or 100? You're here to make money, and that is it. Your spouse does not care, if you want to trade the market. She doesn't care, or he doesn't care. You bought Apple or you bought Amazon or did you make money today? Oh, no, you know what? I could have. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. They want to know, did you make money? They don't care what you traded. They don't want to know why it went up or why it went down. Okay. They just want to know if you made money. So let's talk about one of the biggest and most popular tools. Tools are what make you understand how the market works. So what I'm going to talk to you right now is this. I need your 1,000% attention right now, because what I'm about to show you and talk about right now is Wall Street's biggest secrets. No one really talks about this. You know why? Because they're not traders and they were not market makers like me. All right. Nothing has changed since the day I started till today, other than technology and ticket charges got cheaper. So how do stocks go up and go down? Supply and demand, right? Think about this, fellow traders. I have a question to ask you. If I could show you and tell you right now how you could, if you're able to see 70% of the buyers and sellers out there, what is that worth to you? What's that worth? Let me just fix something over here. What's that worth to you? Thousands of dollars, right? Priceless. I like that one, Michael. Doyle says a lot. It's worth gold. Would you pay $9 for it? $65,000. Would you pay $9 for it? If I could tell you in a stock that you're in right now, that you could see where all the high frequency trades are, all the dark pools, all the algorithms, all the institutions, the market makers, the brokerage firms, the traders, what is that worth? Okay. $9. Okay. Well, don't get ready. Okay. Because let's talk about how these stocks go up, and I'm going to show you how it works. Let's start off with something called level 2. Now, does anyone here have level 2 quotes? By the way, I'm going to do a couple of polls, so please make sure, get ready. I'm going to ask everyone. We got a close to over, we got a few hundred people in here, so we're going to have a lot of fun. All right. Does anyone here have level 2? Just give me a yes or no. Gary, do. Alan have it? Ron, you don't. Yes, Damon. Okay. What about you, Andrew, Bob? I didn't hear. Look, don't get me start picking on people. Okay. David, what about you? Leon, Fran, Glenn, Harry? No? Okay. So let me explain to you how things go up, and I'm going to get really basic and I'll get a little advanced. Okay. So what we got right here, let me get my crayons. Okay. So right here on the left, these are the buyers and these are the sellers. The left are the buyers, the right are the sellers. So whenever you're looking at a stock, you got a quote, the bid is the buyers, the ask is the sellers. Now, right here, you have 2 columns. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you guys can see that. 1, 2, 3. Maybe that's a little better. So the first column is a 4-letter abbreviation of the brokerage firm or something that's called an ECN, an exchange. Like the New York Stock Exchange, the Nasdaq Exchange, everything else. The second column tells you the price that stock is trading on that exchange. The third column tells you how many shares are looking to be bought at that exchange. Everything there is multiplied by 100. 3 is 300, 1 is 100, and so on. Now, that's who's looking to buy it. And on the right-hand side, these are people looking to sell it. Whoever wants to buy the stock for the most amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to buy for less money is down here at the bottom. Whoever wants to sell their shares for the least amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants more money to sell their shares are down at the bottom. So what you're looking at is basically a big chat room. Okay. Now, level 2 is worthless. Okay. It's been outdated since the 90s. All right. It's, it doesn't give you the full depth of all the orders. Think about this for a second. All you're seeing is, let me just clear this out. All you're seeing is like the New York Stock Exchange right here, that there's a buyer for 100 shares at 1451. And on the sell side, there's 100 shares looking to be sold at 1452. But there's more people out there. I don't know if you know that. There's buyers at 1450. There's buyers at 1470. There's buyers at 13. You're just seeing the highest quote out there. That's why it's worthless. Now, wait till you see this. I'm going to do a poll question right here. And my poll question is this. Do you have level 3 access? Corey, we didn't get to level 4 yet. Hold your horses, all right? We're going to get there. Give me about 10 minutes, all right? All right, just doing a quick poll right here. Give you a couple of more seconds. By the way, guys, don't be embarrassed. I don't know why people are shy to answer a poll question. Nobody's tracking you. No one's going to yell at you. No one's going to embarrass you. Just be honest. If you're not sure, just say, Corey, you're a newbie. That's fine. That's okay. Just say, if you don't know the answer, just say no. You know what I mean? Or yes, whatever it is. Okay. So it looks like I got most of you in here. I'm going to share the poll. I'm going to share the results. So we got about 66% of you say no, 23% of you say yes. And the rest of you said you're not sure. So it's about 80%. You know what? That's about right. It's about an 80% failure rate in trading. And you can see why you're going to fail. All right, so let's change the slide here. By the way, at the end of this presentation, don't go anywhere. When you're getting ready to register, we're going to play a video of me on the Nasdaq exchange. Nasdaq actually had me as a regular guest before COVID, talking specifically about what you're about to see here. Now, understand something. Nasdaq doesn't need me, okay? I'm nobody to them. But they saw me do a presentation on their platform, and they're like, oh my God, you need to talk to our audience because people need to understand how the market works. So I'm going to show you how it works, and you're going to see that you've been trading blind since the day you started. Now, getting back to the bid and this ask, the buyers and the sellers. Now, this is Nasdaq Book Viewer. You can get it right off their website, right at the Nasdaq exchange. You can get it through your brokerage firm. I recommend you do not buy anything until I show you how it works live in the market. But let me show you and explain the power of it. First of all, you get 20 times more data than you get on level 2. You're going to see all the orders out there. So right here, you'll see, all the orders on the Nasdaq, all the buy orders and all the sell orders. Now you have 3 columns. You got column number 1, column number 2, and column number 3. Column number 1, 2, 3. Now, I think a lot of you people here are looking at this and be like, my God, there's just so many orders. What the hell am I looking at? Okay. Well, guess what? This is what we're looking at. 95% on this screen is garbage. What we're looking for is this. See this guy right here? There are over 3,450 orders out there that make up 120,000 shares at $142. There's a big, significant buyer out there. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. Buyers. There's over 3,450 of them around the world looking to buy this stock, and because it's all aggregated at 142. So they got to think about it. Like, do I really think that a support level is going to be here with 100 shares at 142 at 7 cents, or the 1,000 shares? No, I would be focused on what these are called iceberg orders. We are looking for big block orders. Significant orders, because let's think about this for a second. What makes a support and resistance level, fellow traders? Let me see if you can answer this question. What makes a support and resistance level? You should all be able to answer this question. Buyers and sellers. Very good. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Sila. By the way, guys, just write S&D, just so I know that you're alive. Just write S&D. So if you could see where the big buyers and sellers are, it'll just make things a little more easier. So let's go out there and change the slide here. And where'd I go here? Okay, change the slide here. All right, so let's look at this stock right here. We're looking at Ford, okay? Now you can see Ford started right here around 1475, right? It came all the way down. It stopped right at 1425. It didn't want to stop at 1450. Didn't want to stop at 1440. It stopped specifically at 1425. And then when it hit 1425 at 1030, it went right back up to about 1450. All right. So you're like, why 1450? Why not 1440? Why not 13? Why not 0? Why 1425? Well, when you look right here on the left, as the stock goes down, the way we train our traders is like, okay, listen, stocks go down, right? So as they go down, you need to know where everything's going to eventually hit some type of a support level, but support levels don't exist unless you got the buyers. See, everyone does things backwards. They look for support levels. No. You don't look for support levels. You look for the buyers, because the buyers are what make a support level. Everybody's doing it backwards, because that's what I'm saying. They're focusing on the past. I'm trying to teach you the future. And the future is, where is the next biggest buyer? And he's right there at 1425. You could see it clear as day. And if you were right there with them, guess what? You would have made yourself, I mean, not a substantial amount of money in about 20 minutes. Made yourself 25 cents. I mean, 20 cents right there, right? 20 cents, 1,000 shares, $200, $200 every, do that every day. You make yourself about $50,000 salary. You don't got to go to work. Got no boss, no rent. Not bad for a day's pay, right? All just by knowing that's where the rest of the world is. Now, let's talk about a resistance level. Resistance levels get built by sellers. Here you have a stock. We're looking at ALF. Stock goes from right here from 780 all the way up, and it stops specifically at 870, right? Doesn't stop at 8, doesn't stop at 830. It stops specifically, not even once, it hit it twice. Why did it stop at 870? There's only one reason to explain it. It wasn't a Fibonacci. It wasn't a MACD. It wasn't Fausto. It wasn't you, Palm. It wasn't you, Kathy. Okay? What it was, if you look over here on Nasdaq Book Viewer and you look at the cells and you work your way down, holy crap, you got a 520,000 share seller. You do the math. That is $4 million worth of stock out there, and 26 people make up that 522,000. Are you telling me that you think the stock's going to go higher than 866? Yeah, you know what? It could. Got to get through that guy first. And you know what? I'm going to wait until it gets past him. Because guess what? If it didn't, which it didn't do, it came right back down to $8, and bam, there you go. You just lost yourself almost 70 cents because you did not know that guy was out there. Did I lose anybody yet? Am I lost? Anyone lost anyone? Did I lose anyone? Just give me a yes or no. Bob, you already got, look at that. No. Okay, Mike, no. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Robert, Christian, Alan, Derek, Gary, good. This is fantastic, Alan is saying. Listen, why do we trade? To make money. How are you going to make money? You have to follow people out there that have big shares. You have to follow the money. You see, I'm not teaching you to be an analyst. I'm teaching you how to be a trader. And traders always have a game plan. And the game plan is this. I never go out there and say I'm smarter than somebody else. I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. I want to be the dumbest person in the room. Okay? I don't want to be the dumbest person, but if I'm in that business, the reason why you're good as a trader is because you surround yourself with good traders. My father always told me, he says, listen, son, you want to make a lot of money? Hang out with people that make a lot of money. Okay? You want to hang out with troublemakers? Guess what? You're going to be a troublemaker. And that's really comes down to it. How many of you here want to work for you're in the industry, I wish I could work for that company. Those guys make a killing. You know what I mean? Well, guess what? You got the opportunity right now. I'm telling you, that's basically what the secret of Wall Street is. By the way, turn on one of the financial stations right now, Fox Business, CNBC. They have their studio down on the floor. Look at all those computers, those monitors, those are the greatest traders in the world, right? That's why they're there. How many indicators do they have? Zero. How do I know? I even had a kata reception down there. Eventually, everything's going to be electronic. You're eventually going to have your bar mitzvahs and weddings down there too. All right, ready to have a little fun? All right, we're going to have a little fun here. Let me stop this. I'm going to do a poll, okay? My poll question is this. Is this stock going up or down? Let's see if you guys answer this question. I got a little poll. And try not to overthink it. Try not to overthink it. Just listen, just tell me, is it going up or going down? By the way, if you can't answer this question, you should quit trading. I mean, this is like basic stuff. Just being honest with you. Listen, people sometimes might not like the way I speak. They might not like the way I talk. They might not like the way how I act, but you got to respect me. And the reason why I do that, I'm a little brash sometimes, but I do it because I love you. I don't want to see people lose money. It is so depressing, and it just bothers me. Okay. And it should bother you. So please answer this question to the best of your knowledge. All right. So I'm going to end the poll and I'm going to share the results. Now, I just really have no idea why 10% of you think the stock is going up. The trend is down. Why do you think its stock is going up? I just don't understand. Maybe you see something I don't. Could one of you tell me? I'm just curious. So yeah, they have to be messing with me, Jim, saying, yeah, no, I always take that. I always take that as God. I figure that sometimes. All right. So if you're messing with me, then I assume you're 100%. A lot of you don't. Okay. Now, what have we learned? What is going to make this stock go back up? Because, listen, can the stock go to zero? Yeah, that could happen. But where is the support level? What do we need? Very good, Don. Dave, we need buyers. We need buyers. Do you see buyers on a chart? Does anybody see a buyer on a chart? No, right? I don't see what the hell buyers you see. This is some software that's telling me what's happening, what the stock's been doing on a minute chart or on a yearly chart. That doesn't say any buyers. What do we need? We need to follow the ECNs, which is Nasdaq Total View. All right. So what do we got on DG? This stock was a fun stock to trade too today. DGBI. I'm looking on the buy side. Okay. And as I work my way down, I can say, okay, we're at 417. All right. So my next significant buyer is right around $4. There's 29 orders out there. It's about 17 cents away. So should I buy it at 14.60, guys? Or should I buy it at 14.12? Yeah, I could, but it's probably going to still go down to $14. Why would I throw out 12 cents when I could buy it, where that next buyer is? Maybe I'll buy a 401 maybe, not 14, 17. Because guess what? Look what the stock did. Hit 14 right there at $4, went back up to 14.30, came back to $4, went back to 14.30, eventually went all the way to 14.50. You could have traded that stock several times and made money on it just by following the order. You're more than welcome, Adam. Is that a technique, Corey? No, that's not a technique. It's called trading. Okay. That's basically what you're looking at. Where you're saying, I'm in 4, not 14. 4. Don't mind me. I'm getting a little excited. $4. All right. The same thing. So, did I lose anybody yet? Does that seem hard? Does that seem hard? Think about it. We were only talking for I told you, it was only going to take about 10 minutes, right? Imagine what you would see live in the market. Imagine seeing this just happening. I mean, I'm not a fan of doing these PowerPoints because anybody can make a nice, pretty, picture and stuff like that. But I want to practice what I preach, and I want to give you guys a week to see it live when I start doing it at 8 o'clock in the morning, an hour and a half before the market opens up, which I know a lot of you here are like, why could you trade pre-market and I can't? How do you see all these orders out there and my broker won't let me? I want to show you the truth. And you know what? You might not move forward, CTU, but at least you'll know exactly why you're getting ripped off. So when you go back to the person that taught you, or you go back to your broker, you know what you should be doing, or maybe finding out what's going wrong. All right. Let's get right to the data. Where do you think resistance levels would be in TEVA? Let's see what you guys think. Where do you guys think? Well, resistance, we know, does not exist without the seller. And where the sellers are? On the right. Where do you see a significant seller? Right here. You're right. There's a big, big seller right there at $10. Now let's think about this, because one of you just asked me, could you give me an example of it? Okay, so, well, the example is this. If you own the stock at $9, where should you be focused on selling it? What would be a good price to get out? Right before $10, right? Right before $10, right before that 108,000 share seller, because you don't want to be last. You're going to be last on a list. But if you go a penny above them, you'll cut them by 100,000 shares. It's a little technique I was taught, and I'm not going to charge you for that. That's a little gift from me to you. So you mean you're not going to wait till 11? You mean you're not going to wait until some analyst told you on TV, like he's projecting the stock to go to 15? Yeah, you know what? It could, but let it get past this 100,000 share seller. All right. That's what you got to look at, because when you look at this chart right here, what is the trend of this stock, everybody? Let me show. Let me do that again. Let me do that again. Hold on. There you go. Is the trend of the stock going up or down? Now think about it. Every one of you here, except one person who probably knows the answer already because we just saw the answer. Everybody, you and most people out there trading, and every indicator, everything else, you're all saying the stock's going up. Okay, there you go. There's your results. So you're all right. But by knowing what we saw that was out there in the future, if we didn't know that guy was out there, boom, look where we're down now. Now the stock is trending lower. So, and you could probably go less. Leon, listen, you know what? What does that really mean? Because the last 5 bars, you don't even know you know what bars these are? Are they minute bars? Are they 10-minute bars? Or the bars were, forget about the bars, okay? I know what you're talking about. I've heard people talking about the soldiers and the candles and this and the wicks, and forget about that. Let's just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Where are the sellers? Don't worry about the higher highs and the bull flags and the bear flag. Look at the orders. That's all you care about. And just it's called the KISS method. Keep it super simple. That's all you have to do. Remember what the topic of what today's presentation is. Having a game plan. You know, it's all about be able to knowing where to get in, where to get out. And this is how you know where to get in and where to get out. All right. So here at Cyber Trade University, we call these iceberg orders. Okay. I came up with that word watching the movie Titanic. We all know what happened to those wonderful people on that ship, gorgeous ship, the most unsinkable ship. Well, apparently someone forgot to tell them it's not, you know, it's on top of the water, it's on the bottom of the water, and it took them down, and all those lovely people died. Guess what? You know how many people out there blow up their accounts because they are so focused on everything, the beauty of everything on top, and don't look what's on the bottom because they don't have the right tools? Hopefully you're not going to be those same people anymore. Now, let's talk about this. Fake news. Everyone's like, oh, Fausto, I heard they're fake orders. How do we know they're real? You know, I heard about, you know, they're spoofing, all that. Okay, let me just squash that right now. Does anybody here use something called time and sales? Anybody use something called time and sales? Okay, I am actually what's called a tape reader. If you read any of the old books, I was taught specifically how to tape read. And what you're looking at is, I would just look at right here on the time and sales order, and I can know exactly where the direction of stock is going. You know, granted, using everything else that's with it. The time and sales are the confirmation of a transaction that was taking place. So this is every order that you see that's taking place, the buyers and sellers. So red means, you know, if you see a lot of reds, that means the people on the bid are getting executed. You see a lot of greens, that means the sellers are getting executed. So let's go back to SKLZ. Here you have a resistance level. You could see it clear as day at 1450, right? Stock goes from roughly about $12, shoots up there, and in a matter of 2 hours, it just basically, it was hitting it, coming down, hit it, going down, and it broke 1450, and the thing, boom, went all the way up to 16. How is that possible? There was a 120,000 share seller out there. Fausto, you just told me, big seller, resistance. Yeah, but guess what? Someone bought it from him. Look at time and sales. Green, 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 1,000, 3,000, 2,000, 5,000, 5,500, 5,600, 1,300, 7,000, 5,000. You know, that goes pretty fast when you got a lot of greens. So, you know, listen, that could happen. Somebody can buy it. So when you look at a chart, you're like, oh, the big resistance, whatever it is. Yeah, but you know what? I look for big orders like that. I'm like, and you know what? You're going to see this. There was a lot of examples. There was actually one, was it, I think it was a CI today. I think it was, let me just check. I think it was CI. Let me go back in history. I'll show you this in a little bit, but there was some big orders that were getting executed, and you know, these things were breaking out, you know, and that's a good thing. So the only times I will sell a stock and like, oh, I should just held it. Nah, you know, I can always buy it back. I'd rather buy something back and lock in a profit than get greedy and think it's, oh, maybe I can make more money. This is how people blow up their accounts. All right. So will this happen on a big support level? Okay. If it breaks, well, look at this one. Looking at the stock CLNE, right? Stock goes from 14, comes all the way down to a big buyer of 110,000 shares at 1290, right? Right there. Hit it, went back up, hit it, went back up, hit it. Boom. Eventually, somebody just whacked this guy on the bid. 1,000, 1,900, 4,000, 2,000, 10,000, 4,000, 4,000. Look, red, 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 red. Boom. Thing goes from, you know, 1,290 all the way down to 1,180. Just think about a second. How many of you have been in a position? You've been in a position and all of a sudden you're like, you know, do I hold on? You know, do I hold on? Do I get out? And a lot of you are probably going to look at this and be like, you know what? Maybe I'll get out. You know, maybe if I saw that and I saw those trades going off, maybe I should get out too. And you know, how many times have you seen that and you didn't get out, and next thing you know, boom, you lose like $2 like that. Happened to you all the time, John? By the way, we have a bunch of people asking some long questions here. I'm going to try to answer them a little bit later on because I want to finish up. We've got about less than 10 minutes before we go. And, you know, obviously you can see I have advisors in here answering as we're going along. Okay. So a burst basket, I mean, a basket is a basket of stocks. You know, that's basically somebody's trading like a whole basket, like, you know, several different stocks. And that's just a strategy, Alan, out there. The bottom line is this. This is a, you know, a situation where the stock kept hitting it, and hitting it, and hitting it, and hitting it, and eventually broke through. Who did it? Does it even matter? That's another thing people ask me. Well, who sold it? Why did they? Oh, they going short? Someone's asking me. Does it matter? Is that going to change your decision to hold on to it? You know what I mean? Like, stop overthinking things. Follow the money. Listen, if your goal is to make a day's pay, that's 200, 500 a day. 500 a day is a $100,000 salary. If you're looking to make 50 cents on 1,000 shares, do you really care if somebody's playing games or not? Listen, are there sleazy people in this business? Absolutely. Are people trying to suck you in to buy something? 1000%. Okay. Can you follow them? Absolutely. There are liars and cheaters in every industry, the car business, real estate business, medical business, right? Every business, right? Every business, no matter what you do, you can try to be a nice person. There's always someone taking advantage. You know what? You just got to be smarter than them. And I'm teaching you right now to be one step ahead of them. Okay, by knowing what they're trying to focus you on, I'm trying to teach you what they're planning to do. This is why Cyber Trading University has been in business for 25 years. 25 years. You'll never be in a webinar with anyone right now, okay, other than I only know 2 people that's still around that have been in business as long as I have. I've been through the internet bubble, which everyone out of business, the financial crisis, a bunch of people went out of business, Hurricane Sandy, 9/11. Should I go on? Okay. COVID. You just can't be greedy in this business. And that's why, you'll see there's a lot of schools out there that are students of mine. And believe me, when we're done teaching you, you can be able to teach other people because eventually you're going to outgrow CTU. So you got to understand, everybody, you have to learn before you can earn. This is actually a picture of me at the Money Show doing a presentation for one of the largest brokerage firms in the industry. You know who that is? Charles Schwab. Why would Charles Schwab want Fausto Pugliese talk on their behalf, showing you their edge platform and how to trade on it? They don't need me. But they know that if they can get somebody that knows how to trade and teach their traders, you'll be their client forever. That's what they care about. Do you know how many people blow up their accounts with the life expectancy in a trading business is? I think they said it's like 60 to 90 days before you blow up your account. You think they want that? But they can't teach you. It's a compliance issue. That's why they do that. That's why Cyber Trading University has been endorsed and has been recommended for some of the biggest brokerage firms, which, by the way, let me just remind everybody here. If you don't want to move forward CTU, listen, I'm not going to be offended by it, but no one will ever tell you that they've been doing work with Tastyworks, eSignal, Charles Schwab, Metastock, TradeStation, Thinkorswim, NinjaTrade, and Nasdaq. Just to name a few, okay? Just to name a few. These are the big ones, the brands you've probably heard of. We've been endorsed by every brokerage firm. You know why? Because what we teach works. And the thing is, not everyone really qualifies to. We teach everybody. Listen, we're gonna quiz you, okay? We're not gonna listen. Don't think you can just sit there and sign up and think like, oh, you know what, you owe me. We don't do that. You rather let somebody, like go and see a doctor. You think a good doctor is gonna want to do surgery on you when you don't have to? You know what I mean? Like, some of you are really qualified to do it, and some of you are not. And that's not a bad thing. And that's why we're very respected in the industry. Listen, I have a 5-star rating on Google. We don't have any complaints on a Better Business Bureau. Okay. After being 25 years, I'm not looking to break that record. I tell everybody that all the time. So this is what I'm looking to do. Well, thank you very much. Hope I didn't mangle your name. Masta? Is that what it is? Okay. So this is what I want to do. I want to practice what I preach. I want to invite everybody in my cyber group room, all of you, okay? I want you not to judge us on our winners. I want you to judge us on our losers, okay? And how we control them and how we get out of them. And then most importantly, I don't want you to judge me or my instructors. I want you to see the other traders, how they think for themselves. Because that's what I wanted you to be. I want you to think for yourself, and I want you to help me find these icebergs out there, because there's no platform out there that does it. All right. And then hopefully, if it's something you like, maybe this could be a great, wonderful career change for you. And it's time to take matters in your own hands. So this is what you're going to get. In 1 week, you are going to get access to our pre-market trading. Our room opens up right around 7:30, 7:45. We start do audio commentary at 9 a.m., which we broadcast live on YouTube and Facebook also. We're going to do live audio commentary exactly at 9:30 when the market opens up for about an hour. which is what realistically all you need. Then you're going to have all the free time you want, which is wonderful. Maybe you're like me and, maybe start taking care of your chickens or make a nice little dish for your wife. Maybe you go see a matinee. Some of you maybe want to get your nails done. I don't know. Have some fun. Trading is not a full-time job. Come back in the afternoon, 2:30, we'll do an audio broadcast again. Talk about what's moving in the afternoon. Trade the last hour, actually the last 30 minutes. That's all you really need. It's all you need. So if you're a West Coast person, you're not an early bird, you can trade the afternoon. If you're in the morning, trade the morning. But you can really trade pretty much over the course of the day. You don't got to be here all day. And then we have our popular class, our Traders Talk Live workshop. Now, this is what I'm asking for. Are they ready? $9. That's it. $9. And what this is going to get you is 1 week in my live trading room. Now, why are we doing it so cheap? Why $9? Listen, the $9 is an application fee. The $9 tells me if you're a real person or not. I don't know who you are. We got over 200 people in here. I don't know where you came from. I don't know how to get a hold of you. But the thing is this, we take this very, very seriously. Okay. So by you getting into the room, we want to make sure you know exactly what you're doing. By the way, no one's allowed in the room until you talk to your education advisor. He's got to do a walkthrough with you. We need to show you what you're looking at. We don't want you to just go in a room and be lost. Be like, okay, what do I do? Well, they're just talking in there. We want to show you the professionalism and the quality and of what makes Cyber Trading University the best in the industry. Okay. And why we've been doing this for 25 years. And that's all we're asking. Now, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the Cyber Group room. You're going to get 3 daily market meetings. You're going to get a morning and afternoon watch list, your own personal education advisor, all for a lousy, stinking $9. That's ridiculous. Okay. 100 hours of recordings of pre-market, you're going to get a pre-market workshop. That's all you need. Just click on that link. And you know what? If you're not happy, please tell me. I'll give you $9 back. Listen, I don't need your $9. Okay. And by the way, when it's over, we're not like some other people. We're going to bill you. We're not even knowing for $1,000. Okay. Listen, you don't want to move forward with us. We don't care. I don't need you in my room if you don't want to be there. Right. So I'm not desperate. Okay. I'm looking for people I can make 6 figures with. If you're that person, take that $9 and take a chance. And you know what? As a bonus, what I'm going to do right now. The first 20 people that register right now, I will throw in a private workshop with me. I will actually do a coaching class with you. Okay. Give you a 30-minute coaching class. I can't talk to everybody, but I'm going to throw that in. You know what? Let me interview you. Let me talk to you. And let's see if this is something that we have a bond together. You know what I mean? Let's see if we get along together. Let me interview you. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll tell you if it's for you or not. That's all it takes. Kevin, let me ask that question. That's a good question. This goes for everybody else. Listen, if you're trading Forex, options, futures, crypto, whatever it is, if you're not making money within 60 days, maybe 90, you better quit. How many of you guys own a business and you hired someone? If they're not making you money yet, you're paying them 2-3 months, you're going to still keep them working for you? They're like, oh my God, I keep trading, the person doesn't get it. But I feel bad. Yeah, you feel bad. You know, you feel bad, it's coming out of your pocket. Right? If you don't get it, you should go out there and try something. Listen, I know you like the industry. There's really not that much difference in the different training, with different markets. It's just, a lot of his main is discipline and psychology. That's really what it comes down to it. But you might like this. It's the least risky trading out of everything. It's 10 times less trading in options, 5 times less in swing trading. That's all it is. We got there, Rich. We got about a couple of spots left. Let me just do a quick. Got a couple of people here registering right here. Let me do a couple of shout outs right here. Who do I got here? Just looking over here. Don, I got yours. You're from Oregon? All right, Don. Welcome aboard. Who we got over here? Just looking on my phone. Alan, oh yeah, Alan, you're the one that's been talking. You're from Connecticut? Beautiful. Listen, guys, there's a lot of when you fill out that trial, there's a questionnaire at the end, after it. Please tell us a little bit about you. Do you know what level 3 is? How much money you're trading with? Did you ever get education before? These are very important questions we need to know a little bit more about you when we qualify you, because when it comes to trading, we want to make sure that we gear you and focus you in the right direction. No, Captain Frank, no auto renewal, no hidden charges. Okay, you don't want to be there. Frank, I don't need the scrutiny. I don't need the embarrassment. I know people in this industry that got shut down because they just couldn't help themselves. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't need it. I don't need it. Trust me. I need people where I could be your captain and you be my mate, so I can show you where to catch the fish. So when we go out there, we bring it back and we make a lot of money together. All right. Does that sound better, Frank? Because I love fishing. All right, Cap. All right. Just listen, just try it out. That's all. The worst thing that happens, I give you $9 back. I don't need your $9. What I need is people that can help me spot, and I'm going to show you how to find this. And by the way, let me show you something cool. You think this is cool? Wait till you see this. It's called level 4. All right. Look at this. When I start showing you 170,000 share orders, I start showing you the guy, how he does a ladder and he keeps selling it. He started up here from 1780 and pushes it down and pushes it down. You're like, why does this keep going down? Why does that guy keep lowering his offer? Okay, because he wants to dump it. Okay. Like this one, CEI. Why was the stock having such a tough time getting past 350? Oh, you didn't see the 879,000 shares out there? Oh, I'm sorry. There was 2 of them out there. You're talking over 2 million shares looking to be sold within 10 cents. Oh, no wonder why the stock wasn't going up. No wonder why the stock took a huge tank. No wonder why he was out there so long. This is going to blow your socks off. If you thought what I showed you on that, wait till you start seeing this stuff. Listen, this is how Wall Street traders trade, market makers trade. You just follow the money. That's it. But the reason why not everyone's successful is because people get greedy. They're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll hold on to it, so on. It doesn't work that way. Corey, just keep sticking in the room and eventually you'll get it. People are like, my God, I didn't even know it was level 3. Now you know there's something called level 4. All right. Yeah, actually you can get it. You can get it. You can get it through certain brokerage firms. By the way, a lot of those brokerage firms that you just brought up, like you just did, I actually helped them open up with those brokerage firms. You can get it on TradeStation. You can get it on Thinkorswim. Absolutely. But listen, I don't want you guys to buy nothing. Please, the only thing you got to buy right now is the $9. That's it. Let's worry about that. Don't listen. I don't want you going out there and like, oh, let me try it. Fausto told me his secret. Just come in my trading room, for crying out loud. See somebody do it for first. Let's go do some test driving. You ever want to go buy one of those BMWs, those M's, and like, oh, let me buy it first. Well, once you know what, you can actually get a free test drive on it, at the track for 2 days. You know what? You might not like it. You know what I mean? But at least you get to beat the hell out of it, right? A few $1,000, why not, right? It's free. So here's your opportunity. You have the chance of being in a room with a 12-time world champion, the most popular school in the industry. Don't lose that opportunity. You could do a second trial, Leon. Listen, we have people that want to do it and they weren't ready. It wasn't the right time. If it's not the right time right now, you can push it off for a week. But yes, absolutely. No problem, Robert. I'll see you then. A couple more shout outs because I see a lot of you guys are just bagging it out. Looks like pretty much all of you registered. Just gonna try to read this off. Judy, I got yours. Welcome aboard. We got here. I gotta zoom in. I hate these phones. When you get old, you kind of lose your eyesight. You know what I mean? Scott Moore from Seabrook, Texas, just got your registration. Let's see right there. There's a lot of people here. John from California got your registration. Lance from England got your registration. Even someone from Singapore. Lewis from Singapore. Mike from New York just got your registration. All right, guys. So listen, I'm gonna get ready. I gotta get ready to go. I don't know about you, but I gotta cook dinner. I'm a big fan of cooking. It's one of my hobbies. I even have a cooking station. You go on YouTube. It's called Fausto Home Living. You think it's pretty cool. Listen, I got a lot of time on my hands, so I got to do something enjoying life. So, but I love trading. I keep myself busy on those certain times. And then you guys out there, I teach you guys what to do. When I jump in, I'll make my days pay and just make life, just enjoy life. Because listen, life is short. You definitely want to enjoy it. I love gardening. I actually do a book on making a nice little box too. You definitely want to watch it. Fausto Home Living, look it up. You'll like it. And make sure you subscribe and like us. But before that, let's go out there and make money together. I think that's most importantly. So anyway, thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. I'd like to thank the staff. What am I making for dinner? I'm going to make tonight. I'm going to make a bronzini. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but you take salt crust. I do it in a salt bed. I bury them and I cook them in the oven. Stuff them with all the seasoning inside. Cook it. Makes it really nice and moist. Okay, I'm gonna make a video on that though. It's a popular Italian dish, the old style, how they used to cook fish without drying it out. Oh, there you go. Thank you very much. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the room. Don't forget to talk to your education advisor. Make sure you fill out your questionnaire, but don't go anywhere. We're gonna play really a quick little video right now of me on Nasdaq. And this is a good one. You're going to like this video. This video is when COVID started. And I'm going to show you how Mindura, the stock, obviously the one that came out with the drug to fight COVID, where it was like $20, $30, and you see how things starts taking off and people going nuts on it. You definitely don't want to miss that. And you're all going to see it live, how I was showing it on Nasdaq Book Viewer. All right, guys? In the meantime, thanks for watching. Don't go anywhere. Watch the movie, and I'll see you all in the trading room.
Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the market site in Times Square, New York City, we have Fausto Pugliese. He's the founder and president of Cyber Trading University. We're going to take a look at how traders are using Total View. And Fausto, it could not be a better time to have you in with us at Marketplace, because with everything going on, the volatility we've seen in the market since you were with us in the middle of February last time.
That was pretty crazy.
Traders are asking themselves, what's the bottom, what's the top? But as a day trader, you can kind of get an inside look when you're looking at a single stock.
Yeah, what it is, Jill, is that, thanks for having me again. And yes, when it comes to day trading, people realize that what happens over the course of the day, which trickles down to a swing trade and to a long-term investment. And my phone's been blowing up. People could ask me, Fausto, is this the bottom? Is this the bottom? Because we're looking at the market all day. And honestly, this is how you really know when it's the bottom. When you have the worst of the worst of the worst news and just constantly all negative stuff, and the market's not going any lower, that's when you know it's time to buy. So as you see, like, a lot of bad news keeps coming up, and then obviously you saw what happened yesterday when they lowered the Fed rate by a half. It took for a big decline, and all of a sudden the market's up about almost like 900 points so far. Mm-hmm. So and there's still a lot of bad news that's coming out with the coronavirus and everything else, but that's really when you know when you hit the bottom. So for some of the listeners out there that really missed the boat when the market had a big rally, we almost hit 30,000. You know, these are the opportunities. You know, honestly, it is like the same thing I saw back in 2008 when we had the financial crisis. So once you start seeing all the bad news, things start backing up. Well, start going up.
All right, let's take a look at our example here today. We're going to look at ticker symbol MRNA, Nasdaq listed, of course. What are we looking at? Where's the levels that you're looking to sell?
Okay, so listen, what is mRNA? You know, I keep bringing up stocks, and people are like, what does this company do? It doesn't matter. We're just here to make money. The main goal about Total View is you have to understand how it works, how to know where the buyers and sellers are. It's all about supply and demand. That's why it's such a great tool. So we're looking at a chart right here, and we're looking at the stock right here. And the first thing people notice is like the stock's going up beautifully. Nice. Look at the stock. Started this morning. It's at 25.80. It's at 28. Is it going higher? Now the goal is, why does the stock keep breaking out? It hits a resistance, it comes back down. It breaks the previous resistance, keeps going up. How do you know it's going to keep breaking higher highs? And that what we're going to do this time is we're going to bring a video so you all could see exactly what it's like to see in the real market conditions.
All right, so let's move along to our next slide here. That's exactly what we're doing. Let's take a look at Total View. I'm going to let you take the reins. Tell us what's happening here.
Okay, so we got like a little minute video here. So we're looking at some real time. The key here is time and sales. These are the transactions that are taking place. We're looking at level 2. Level 2 is basically people get for free, but it doesn't give you the depth of data as Total View does. Now the key here is that you don't see that many sellers out there. You're just seeing the best bid and best offer of that exchange. But you'll notice how the stock keeps going higher. What we need to focus on is where you see the big sellers. And you're looking for big orders. You got 51 different orders out there, right around 28. Things are going so quickly, I try to slow it down. So right around $28.50. So that is really your resistance level. So when you're looking at a stock going out, going higher, you're going to say, is the stock going to break out? So you see it's coming up to this guy right here really quickly. You see it's coming up. It's coming up to this person right here. So it's 70,000 shares, 5,000 shares. So it's going to come up to that seller. Now the goal is this. Is that guy going to get executed? Remember, you have 100 share sellers, 300 shares, 1,000. But you have a big order out there. You want to see if that guy gets executed, and you want to see if that's how it breaks out. Remember, what makes support and resistance levels is buyers and sellers. So you got a seller out there. So we're coming up to that seller right here. Now the goal is to look right here and see if that seller gets executed. And you see it's coming up to the seller, and boom, the guy gets taken out. It's actually executing it. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. See all those transactions? It took the guy out. Now look how fast the stock goes up. From 250, we're at 260, 270, 280, boom, like that, as quickly as that. That's why it's so important to know where the orders are, know where the resistance, and see if the guy gets taken out. Now, when we get to the next slide, look at it. We're already at 2880.
Yep, and you can see these 35,000
Which
orders.
is exactly. Now, this is the next order. Now, the next question is: here's the next biggest resistance. There's 33,000 shares. There's 100 different orders out there. Now, then that's where the next resistance level is. So the goal is you hit a resistance. Where's the next resistance? The next resistance is the next biggest seller. So now we're coming up to him, and we're going to see what's going to happen when he gets to 29.
Yeah, it happens so fast.
Well, also, this is about a 5-minute video that I was able to capture when we traded this stock, and I kind of speeded it up over about a minute, so it doesn't move as quickly. Boom, we hit 29, the guy got taken out again, and look at the stock just took off again. And the thing I want to explain to you, Jill, is that, and your listeners have to understand, is that when you have a big seller out there and that guy gets taken out, that is a very big demand. Someone says, oh, wow, I'll take that 30,000 shares, and that's why you get the stock that really, really starts to take off. Now, the next thing is that you're going to get some resistance levels. It's going to start backing off. There's always profit taking going on, right? Of course. So when you have profit taking going on, you could see profit taking going on. But the question is it really a profit taking, or is it just people just, or is it really going to go lower? In this case, it's not. Seller got done. Remember, we just watched the stock go from 28 to 29. Now look at it. We're at 29.50 already. Stock just keeps going higher and higher because those sellers are getting executed. As those sellers get executed, that means there's a demand for it. When you see big block orders out there, it makes a bigger demand, and that makes it higher. Now, the next resistance level, obviously, is going to be where we have to focus on, where the next biggest orders are. So we got some, we freeze, right? We're done?
Nope,
Almost.
we have a little bit more to go here.
We slow down over here. Yep, we're done. So the next video we're going to show.
Yeah, we actually go to our slide here, so this is where you're looking at those levels.
Right, so we're looking at the seller. So we have a 67,000 share seller at 28. So now we have to look what we call iceberg orders.
What does that mean?
Okay. So it's a funny story. So I came up with this word about 20 years ago after watching the movie The Titanic. Okay, actually, go watch that movie. Very sad movie. I definitely recommend it. So anyway, what happened to Titanic? It hit an iceberg, and the thing is, everybody was focused on the pretty of the ship and above the water. They didn't realize it's not what's above the water; it's at the bottom of the water. Icebergs are really big, so what happened? It crashed and it sunk. So what we're looking for is big iceberg orders, which we call, some people call them big block orders, but when you see a big order, it's called an iceberg order. So now we're looking at a 28.90, and we're looking for a resistance. Once again, stocks going higher, we need to focus on the next resistance level.
All right, and which is on the next chart here. If we take a look, yep.
So here's just a quick little screenshot. So as we're looking at it, you see, it's a lot easier when you're focusing on, when you're just looking at the level, the total view, and it's easy to point it out. Now, please keep in mind, your listeners have to understand, we're fast forwarding this pretty quickly to get to the point. It doesn't move this quickly. But I'm showing right here is just a quick screenshot. What we're focusing on is this big order right here for 73,000 shares, and there's 315 different orders out there making up that 73,000. Now, the thing I just want to point out is I just want to teach everyone a quick little lesson.
Yeah.
Don't ever sell anything at $30. Go out at $29.99. You just cut the line by.
So that's for anything that's at an even number.
Biggest trick I was taught by my mentors when I was younger. Listen, everybody's going to think 30. Everybody's going to think 20. Go out $21.99. You just cut the line by 73,000 shares. That's a very good.
It's like selling a house or buying a house. It's like those incremental psychological levels.
Well, if you remember, if you look at it, the stock has a penny intervals. And so that's a little tip. But the thing is, let's focus on what happens to the 30. You know, just right off the bat, you know that's a major resistance levels, and that's what we have to focus on. That's for the stock to go any higher, it's got to get through that 73,000 share seller on total view.
All right, well, let's take a look at that next side. See what happens next. Now we're going to get the other piece of the trade.
Okay, so here we're looking at the stock moving. Here's 29.45, 29.48, 62, 67. So the sellers are getting executed. You can see the transactions taking place, but we know that there's that guy sitting right here. And now his order's coming up. Look, he's starting making up the ranking. It's getting up to 30. It's getting close to him. So let's watch what happens. 74, 70. Look at the transactions taking place. It's trying to get there. And by the way, those orders, they're all real. People think like they're fake. Those are real orders. Can a guy cancel it? Of course they can cancel it. But that you have to take very seriously, and that's a real order out there. So now as we're looking at it, and as it's trading, it's trying to get there. Actually, it kind of almost tested it. You see that right there?
Yep.
See that candle right there? It's hit it, and now it's starting to back off a little. Now you're starting to see the red candlesticks. So now it means that the last sale is lower than the previous.
And this works for all kinds of stocks. ETFs, would it work for ETFs also?
ETFs, futures, options, it works the same way. Remember, it's the movement of stock that makes all those other things. Yes,
right.
ETFs and everything else. You could look up any ETF, and it'll come up on total view. Look, now we're down to 29.
Yep.
So my point that I'm getting to is this. If you didn't have a game plan, Jill, and didn't know that seller was out there, and you try to
And actually, if we go to the next slide, this is exactly what you were talking about. There's your level right there.
If you didn't have a game plan and knew that seller was out there, and look at that candle, that stock literally moved. Look how fast it moved in that one bar chart. If you didn't have a game plan to get out there before that guy was out there, and if you didn't what we call shaving, if you didn't shave just before that 30 and cut that line, guess what? You would just look how much money you would have lost. That stock didn't even drop from 30. Look where it went to. 27.30. You would have got crushed on that trade. Because what happens, if that seller's out there and he's not getting executed, he really had to sell that order, Jill. How is he going to get out? He's got to sell to the buyers. If he hits the bid, he's running that stock down, not you and I. Remember, we're not trading 74,000. Someone else is, and it's not one person. We saw it. It was like there was several people out there doing it. And that's how you got to focus on using the total view when you trade in today's volatile markets.
All right. So cool to actually watch it happen in real time. Thanks so much for doing that for us, Fausto. And thank you for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.